Good evening, everyone. I am going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Thank you to those attending in person tonight and those staying engaged by watching our recording at a later time. The public is reminded that if they wish to make a community comment, they will need to fill out a speaker form located in the lobby on the table and turn it in to Board Secretary Kim Colvin, seated to my left. Before I dive into the agenda tonight, I'm going to take a few moments to introduce those at the board table and make a couple of comments. Seated to my right seated to my right is Dr. Ramey, Directors Pilcher Hyatt, Eastham, Vice President Williams. Seated to my left, Directors Abraham, Clausen, Finch, and Board Secretary Kim Colvin. Before we dive into the agenda, I wanted to take a moment to send our district's condolences to the family, friends, and the Cedar Rapids Community School District on the recent passing of Superintendent Noreen Bush. Over the last few days, we have all heard Superintendent Bush described as a leader of leaders, the embodiment of education, an inspiration to us all, and a fair, encouraging leader and friend. Here in Iowa City, there are many within our own community who remember Noreen as a caring and involved teacher during her tenure at Iowa City High School, where she taught for several years. We also admired her strong leadership and her willingness to partner with and assist our administration when called upon. She will be remembered as being a deeply committed public educator and someone who fought for all students, staff, and families within her district. We know that she will be deeply missed by her family, friends, and all whose lives she has touched, inspired, and improved, but we firmly believe that Superintendent Bush's legacy will ensure her mark remains for all to continue to admire. Please join me in a moment of silence as we offer our condolences to all who will miss Superintendent Noreen Bush. Thank you. First up on our agenda is our education showcase, and Dr. Ramey, I will turn it over to you since you're in attendance for Superintendent Degner, who could not attend tonight.
Great. Thank you, President Malone, and good evening, board members. We are very excited this evening to have our Sparkle group from City High. I talked to them beforehand. They're very excited too. So we're going to have them come up with Laura Schwab from City High to talk about their great organization and what they do.
Is it okay if we just come up, like?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Laura Schwab. I am the faculty advisor for City High Sparkles. We are an inclusive spirit team. We are different than the cheer and the dance teams. We are our own separate club organization, and we pride ourselves on including students with and without disabilities and carrying that inclusion into the hallways and classrooms at City High and into the community. That's one of my favorite parts of this. And then the second favorite part is the leadership component and the opportunities that it brings these kids to learn leadership skills and teach others. And so Penelope has created, this is Penelope Wilmot, she's our team captain. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her explain a little bit about these girls. a little bit about Sparkles. It's okay.
Do you just want to do this one, or?
Yeah, we can just,
Okay,
let's
okay.
go for it.
Sorry, there was like an updated one, but this one's totally okay. If you want to go to the first top slide though. Okay, so yeah, so like Laura said, like Sparkles is a team for students with and without disabilities to do cheer, dance, and team activities together. And our mission is that we empower students to create like spirit teams that bring together peers with and without disabilities. Our teams transform school culture to one where all students feel valued and celebrated. And so this year, 13 of our students went to the leadership training at the Iowa City Public Library, and we learned to build and maintain an inclusive team, advocacy skills, and to carry and how to carry that with us through the halls of City High School. We spread school spirit through dance and cheer at various school and community events. We are different from the cheer and dance team, but we do collaborate with them for some events throughout the season. We hold practices every week. We have 20 members this year, which is super awesome. And we're mindful that our actions in class, the hallways, and the community, and making sure that they are inclusive and kind and represent what Sparkles is. And here's just some pictures of some of our activities that we've done. Hey, hello. My name is Olivia. I am in Sparkles because I love cheer and dance. My favorite thing is training for Sparkles with my friends.
What do you like to do in Sparkles? Dance. And cheer. With your friends.
Nice.
Okay, so I didn't know if anyone else wanted to add any perspectives. We're just really proud of our team. We've got 20 members this year. We included a 1-minute video of our last sort of dance on the historic Gates Field for one of the most recent football games. So we just wanted to show that to you and then do a short cheer. And it's hard to hear from the video, but there's so much crowd support.
Yeah.
I was there. I remember it. It was great.
Yeah, even the other team was inspired. They were cheering.
It was great. You guys did a great job.
And it takes a lot of planning, and I want to say just like inclusive thinking for Penelope to plan these stunts and make sure that that they're safe and inclusive. So I wanted to say that too.
Yeah, no, I love Sparkles. Like, it's really made a huge positive impact on my life. It helped me create with connect with tons of different people and helped me learn a lot of leadership skills. It's just amazing. I love it.
Great.
So then I guess I wanted to let these guys show you a quick cheer that they do. It's kind of our go-to when it comes to things like this because it builds a lot of confidence and spirit. So.
Are you guys ready? Everybody on your feet. Sparkle, stamp your feet. Everybody on your feet. Sparkle, stamp your feet. Everybody on your feet.
Well, thank you, Sparkles, for bringing some motivation and excitement to the board meeting tonight. I think we're all pumped for it. Thank you, guys. Next on the agenda, we have community comment. Speakers are reminded that during community comment that they can address the board about topics relevant to the district. Speakers are also reminded that they will be given 4 minutes to speak before I reclaim the floor on behalf of the board. Time will be displayed on the bottom of the screen to my left. Our first speaker tonight is Jill Jesperson.
Good evening. My name is Jill Jesperson, and I'm here tonight to support my daughter Nora, who is a senior at City High School. Over 7 weeks ago, I reached out to the administration at City and the central office with a very serious issue that has affected not only Nora, but our entire family. The extreme mental toll and the anxiety that she has been put through is unacceptable and really hard as a parent to watch. I have followed the complaint process, and I believe I'm at the step where I need to request a meeting with the school board. I would ask that we be added to the next meeting agenda where we could meet in a closed session in order to protect the privacy of all parties involved to discuss this specific complaint. This situation has interfered with Nora's ability to participate in or benefit from the services, activities, or privileges provided by City High School. No student should ever feel this way. Our kids have been in the ICCSD family for 15 years and have never had an event like this take place. We have had so many positive teachers and coaches that have guided all our kids to success. Quite honestly, I truly feel that throughout this entire process, we have never been taken seriously. During these past 7 weeks of heartbreak and sadness, not once did an administrator reach out to our family. It was always me trying to get answers or updates. The lack of communication and care from any administrator has been so disappointing and frustrating, to say the least. I can't emphasize enough how awful this has been for us. I'm requesting this closed session to further discuss the issues we have encountered these past 7 weeks, but really the past 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on our agenda is approval of tonight's agenda.
Move approval of the agenda, sorry.
Second.
Kim, there's been a motion and a second. I believe we're ready to vote.
Online voting is open.
Did you log in? Oh, just give her verbal.
Sorry.
How would you like to vote, Director Abraham? Yes, thank you. All votes have been cast, and the motion carries with all directors voting in favor.
Thank you. Before we dive into consent agenda, I wanted to see if anyone had any questions about the bills. Okay. I needed to pull one item, and we need to table it. It's Intel C contract. Dr. Ramey, would you provide some background to the board on why that request was made?
Sure. We had the opportunity to have someone from Intellisea come and make a presentation and show the benefits of what we believe is an additional safety and security measure that we can adopt here in the district. Rather than have the board approve that this evening without the benefit of that presentation, we'd ask the board to pull that so we can have the presentation and then have the board consider our recommendation.
Thank you. So is there any other items that folks wish to see pulled from the consent agenda? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve consent agenda item minus item 6.
I move that we approve the consent agenda minus item 6.
Second.
I believe we're ready to vote.
Online voting is open. All votes have been cast, and the motion carries with all directors voting in favor.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is policy review, the stock prescription medication supply policy. Is that also you, Dr. Ramey?
It is.
Okay.
Thank you, President Malone. And actually, I'm going to have Jess Jimerson speak to this here in a second, but we're bringing this forward to you this evening rather than going through our normal P&G process, because again, we believe this helps provide an immediate tool to our schools for the use of our nurses. And so that's why you see it coming to you a little bit out of order than waiting for the P&G process. We were given this approval to do at the district level from the state, and with that, we received a draft policy from the State School Board Association that Jess is going to talk to and then talk a little bit about how we would implement it. And with that background, I'll turn it over to Jess.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, so I've been working with some community partners here regarding the naloxone policy. In our country, we're seeing a rise in opioid overdoses, and this is just a tool, as Dr. Ramey has mentioned, that we'll have in stock in all of the buildings, including the elementaries and secondaries both. It can be utilized for students, staff, community members inside the building, and it just is another tool to help provide protection to people inside the district. As far as the implementation process goes, I have pharmacists from University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics willing to come in and train our nurses with signs of opioid overdose, as well as how to administer the medication. And then our nurses will go out into the buildings and provide education to staff members that would be trained to administer the medication. So anytime we have non-licensed staff members in the district administer medication, they have to go through a training process with the nurses, as well as there's like an online portion and then as well as a skills training, so that the nurses would be responsible then for determining who in the building would be appropriate to administer the medication and then provide the training to them.
Jess, can you talk a little bit about the organizations you reached out to? I mentioned that we had a draft policy from the state, but Jess did her own due diligence and on how our regulation would look. And so would you mind talking a little bit about the groups that you reached out to as you did your research?
Yeah, so, I mean, online resources, of course. The drug actually has a website that you can go and do research with, but then I work with Des Moines Public School Systems as well. I partner with them, and we bounce ideas off of each other, as well as the university hospitals and clinics here at the University of Iowa. So and the director of Johnson County Ambulance Services as well, with the use of Narcan. So I reached out to each of them and just, asked if there were risks involved, if it was administered to somebody who did not actually have an opioid overdose, would that provide harm to them? And they assured me it would not. And, how many doses can we administer at one time? And we, in the policy, we will have 2 doses in every building available to the nurses. We're lucky in Iowa City, our ambulance services really respond relatively quickly. And, so I had asked if there is a maximum number of doses an individual can receive, and they assured me there is not a maximum number of doses. So if we used both doses that are in the building at one time, that would be fine. The goal is every 2 to 3 minutes, alternating nostrils, that you'd administer the medication. And then, you can administer more than that, but they said that if you do administer more than 2, which we won't have in stock at the building, but there's just a chance that it's not an opioid overdose if they don't respond after those 2 doses. But it wouldn't hurt to give them more. But at this point, we only have 2 doses in stock in the buildings. Is there any questions that I can?
Thanks, Jessica. How many non-nursing personnel will be trained in each building?
Typically, it is, like in our secondary buildings, it's typically our health office paras and our nurses. And then if the nurses are absent, I do my best to have a sub-nurse in the building at all time. In the elementary buildings, it would be probably the building secretaries are all medication administration certified. We have a number of building administrators that are certified to administer medications, which would include this naloxone. And then sometimes they have people fill in the office. So often you'll see like a librarian, they fill in during lunch for the secretary. So whoever fills in the office. And so it depends on the building and who's available, but there's a handful of people in every building that just so that there's like a backup for a backup, you know, in case people are absent.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Chase, have we had a chance to have this protocol passed for comment to the medical staff that we have working with us, Dr. Odine and her group?
No, I haven't ran it past her, but I have worked with other doctors at the university. She really functions just as the medical director of the clinic, but not necessarily over our nursing staff and district health offices. I do bounce ideas off of her periodically, but I haven't spoken with her directly, but other colleagues that she works with at the university.
Okay,
Bio
great,
Hospital.
thanks very much.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for your expertise. I have full confidence in what you're doing. Thanks for being here and explaining all of this.
I wanted to take a moment and echo that. I know that this is a form of preparation for our district, that just like what we do for intruder trainings, we need to make sure that we're equipping our staff with all the tools at hand to deal with events of emergency. So I do appreciate that's being brought to the board. Are there any other questions or comments? Thank you so much. Next on the agenda is our legislative priorities. Posted under there is our resolution that was approved at our education meeting that we held last night, and as a board, we felt it was important since it was approved outside of one of our regularly scheduled meetings. We just wanted to bring that forward to the community to ensure that they saw that. And I also want to go on record in thanking Director Pilcher-Hyatt again for taking the initiative in drafting this for us, and open it up to any other conversation if any other board members had anything to say, or Dr. Ramey.
I'll just say I think it's really important that the public understand what exactly Public Measure 1 does and does not do. And for anybody that might be on the fence about the impact that it might have, don't listen to us, the school board, but I would encourage you to take a look at what the Lynn County Attorney and the Lynn County Sheriff has both come out and said that this measure is going to make Iowa dramatically less safe. And it is going to increase violent crime, crimes used with firearms, and it is just bad for Iowa. These aren't, they're not Iowa City residents, they're not the Iowa City School Board, they are people in Lynn County who do this work day in and day out, and they know what's going to happen if this passes. So really, I hope that we can all be a no vote on it. Keep our schools safe, but keep Iowa safe too.
Thank you. Next is our action item. The policy for the stock prescription medication supply is the action item for tonight, so I would open it up and entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the stock prescription medication supply naloxone policy.
Second.
Thank you. Board Secretary Coven, there's been a motion and a second. Are there any other further discussions? I believe we're ready to vote.
Online voting is open. All votes have been cast and the motion carries with all directors voting in favor.
Thank you. Okay, I cannot believe we're at agenda setting before 6:30, but here we are. The first agenda that we have is the Operations Committee meeting for November 15th. I would look at the chair of that committee and Dr. Ramey if there's items in addition to what's there that should be added.
I think that's going to give us a robust hour-long discussion, the climate action plan. So I don't think that there's anything to add to it unless anybody else is interested.
No, we didn't get a chance to talk about our next meeting at tonight's ops meeting, but this is what we have planned for November. I just confirmed with Jeff. And then we probably also, Director Williams, maybe want to add an item to actually set the agenda for the rest of the year. So in case we run out of time again, we could kind of forecast those more than a month
Yep.
ahead.
No, that's a great idea. We'll get that. I think we were supposed to talk about that tonight.
we were.
Ran out of time, so we'll carry that over to the November 15th meeting.
Great. And the other agenda is for our regularly scheduled board meeting, which will be the 15th. We have the normal items, student reps, ICEA update. If you scroll down, you see that this is one of our heavier meetings on presentations. A lot of important presentations will happen that night, as well as the calendars are back in front of us. I don't know if there's any other items people are looking to see added, but just keep in mind, those presentations typically are rather lengthy and require a lot of our attention. I wouldn't add much to this agenda. Okay.
I have something, but not for the next meeting, maybe something for you to just put on your radar in the parking lot. If we could just have maybe a discussion on equity in music, maybe have the music coordinator come and talk about curriculum and Pebble money for instruments and that type of thing. But there's no urgency to that. So.
Okay, great. Are there any other parking lot items? Okay.
I don't have a parking lot item, but I probably just didn't update my calendar. There's no education meeting on November 15th.
No. Okay. With that, I would entertain, before I do that, just a reminder to directors that we do have a closed session after this. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.